If you're a parent of a teen, you might be looking at six-figure college price tags and wondering if college is even worth it anymore. The average cost of a four-year college degree right now is anywhere from about $100,000 to nearly $300,000 once you factor in tuition, room and board, books, and all of the other fees. And the real question most parents are asking isn't whether college is good or bad, it's whether that investment is actually worth it for their kid in this job market, with AI, automation, and careers changing faster than ever. So my wife and I are asking these same questions with our own three kids. We're in the middle of it right now. We've spent months looking into different careers, job security, education paths, and how technology is changing different industries so that we can give our kids the most up-to-date, realistic information possible. So let's talk about when college is absolutely worth it, when it probably isn't, and what to do if your teen falls somewhere in the middle. When I look at this, I really see three main buckets when it comes to the college path. The first bucket is what I like to call the no-brainers. These are careers where college is clearly worth the investment. Jobs like doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, engineers, teachers, and certain healthcare and technical roles. Those careers generally require a degree, the pay is solid, and the long-term job outlook looks very strong 10 to 15 years out. AI is going to be used in those fields, but it's not going to replace them. In many of these careers, there's also an aging workforce, which means more people are retiring every year than entering the field. That creates steady demand and real opportunity for young people coming in. So if you have a teen who's interested in one of those paths, college is a great investment in my opinion. The second bucket is the trades, and for many teens in this group, college isn't worth it at all. If your teen is genuinely interested in careers like plumbing, electrical work, HVAC, welding, or auto mechanics, these are fantastic paths. Many of these jobs allow apprenticeships during junior or senior year of high school. They can start making great money right after graduation. They'll have little to no student debt, and the job market looks very strong for the next decade or more. These are skilled, essential jobs that society desperately needs, and they can provide a great living. If your teen is interested in the trades, I strongly encourage you to support that path. The third bucket is the gray area, and this is where most families struggle. This is where things can get a little more tricky. So one group in this third bucket are the teens who truly don't know what they want to do, and that's incredibly common. I didn't know what I wanted to do at 18, and honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to do at 40 either. So if you have a teen who isn't really self-motivated or needs structure and tends to do better with guidance and deadlines, college can be a great option for them. In those cases, I recommend encouraging them to pick a direction by around sophomore year, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be their forever plan. What matters is just moving forward. We don't tell kids enough that it's okay to make a mistake early on when picking a career. You can pivot at any time. You can change paths. I've changed careers in my 30s, again in my 40s, and I'm doing it again in my early 50s. That's normal now, and our kids need to hear that. There's another group in that third bucket that's a little different, and these are the teens who don't know what they want to do, but they are self-motivated. They're curious, independent, and they're eager to try new things. College can be a great path for them, or a gap year could be another great option, but a gap year should never be aimless. It should come with a plan. That might include working, learning new skills, traveling with purpose, starting a business, or building something like a YouTube channel. A gap year without a plan often turns into a year of just scrolling on the couch. A gap year with a plan can be life-changing. And if they decide to go to college afterwards, great. Or if they find a path that doesn't require college during that gap year, they may have just saved themselves tens of thousands of dollars. Another group in this gray area includes teens who know what they want to do, but the degree itself carries more risk. That risk might come from automation, AI, or simply having too many graduates chasing too few jobs. If you're considering one of those more risky career paths, I'd focus on putting together a plan and trying to lower the risk. One of the best ways to lower the risk on some of these career paths are getting certifications. A general degree by itself often isn't enough anymore. Adding specific job-ready certifications shows employers that your teen didn't just pass tests, they learned practical skills that can be put to use in the job on day one. These certifications might cost just a few $100, and they can make a huge difference. And another way to reduce risk, and my personal favorite, is by building a personal brand during high school and college. This is something I recommend to all three of my kids. Instead of going through 4 silent years and then panicking at graduation, they can document what they're learning, share insights, and interview people in their field along the way. And I recommend doing this on YouTube. My oldest son is pursuing a very competitive and risky field, so he's going into college for music performance. There are limited jobs, intense competition, and long wait lists for top positions. But we're not discouraging him from it. In fact, it's just the opposite. We're encouraging him to fully commit, but we're also teaching him to stack the odds in his favor. And by documenting performances, teaching others what he's learning, and interviewing musicians, conductors, and composers, he'll be building a body of work and a network before he even graduates. So by the time he's job hunting, he will already be a known name in the industry. And this approach works in almost any field. If you want more info on how to build a personal brand to stand out in the job market, I made a video on that, and I'll link to it in the description below. Okay, so there's also another side of college that isn't just about the degree. For some teens, college provides structure, accountability, and a bridge from dependence to independence. It exposes them to new ideas, new people, and new possibilities. And for the right kid, that environment alone can make college well worth the investment. At the end of the day, our job as parents isn't to push our kids down the path that we took. The world that they're entering is completely different from the one that we grew up in. The job market is different, the options are different, and there are more ways than ever to make a living. Our role is to give them accurate, current information, help them understand the trade-offs, and support them as they figure out what's best for them. That might be college right away, college later, the trades, a gap year, starting their own business, or something completely different. If you want help starting those conversations, I've linked a free career guide below that covers 10 of the most in-demand careers for the next decade or more. You can also get it by scanning the QR code on your screen. YouTube thinks you'll love this video next.